Today we are going to make a pumpkin roll cake. Hi, welcome to Cake Mom. I'm Abby, this is Emery, and that's Aaliyah.
Hi.
And on this channel, I share with you guys some of my favorite tips and techniques as well as recipes to help you with your home baking project. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell so you can see when we post our next video. Today we are going to make a classic pumpkin roll cake. It is delicious and beautiful, and it's a little bit tricky, so we're gonna show you how we do it. Here is all of the ingredients you will need, and as always, the recipe is in the description below, but I'm gonna tell you what we have here. So we have some granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, pumpkin pie spice, salt, baking soda, baking powder, eggs, pumpkin, either vanilla or maple extract. We're going to start with combining our dry ingredients in a bowl. Put it into this bowl. Thank you. Good job. Where's your hat? Let me stir it. Yeah, let me stir. Good job, Aaliyah.
It's not brown.
Just light brown. Now we are going to whisk together our eggs and our sugar. Okay, Aaliyah, can you help me put the sugar in?
Yeah.
Good job. You're going to want to whisk this for 1 minute or until it's starting to thicken a little bit. Basically, the reason we are not doing this in a stand mixer is because we don't want to incorporate too much air and end up with an uneven bake on our cake. So we're going to hand mix all of this. So we've beat together our eggs and our sugar, and now we're going to add our pumpkin and our extract. We are going maple today. We're just going to whisk this until it is completely combined. All right, so now we're going to fold in our dry ingredients. Stir it. Alright, so at this point you want to make sure your oven has been preheated to 375 degrees. And now we are going to pour this batter into a sheet pan that has been lined with parchment paper. Traditionally, it's a 10 by 15 inch jelly roll or cookie sheet pan, and you want to make sure it does have an edge on it because some cookie sheets don't, and you need this edge to hold the batter in. So because this is a very thin cake and you want it to be a perfect little roll, you're going to want to spread this very evenly, and I like to use an offset spatula for this. If you don't have an offset, you can use your regular spatula. So now to make sure that this is perfectly smooth, we are going to tap it on our counter a few times to get all the air bubbles out and even out that surface even more. As you can see, it's super even. Now you're going to bake this at 375 degrees for approximately 13 to 15 minutes. Until when you touch the center, it bounces back when you lightly touch it. You want to keep a close eye on it, but try not to open that oven too much. So this is when you have to move really fast. As soon as this cake comes out of the oven, you want to run a butter knife around the edges. You want to have a dish towel dusted with powdered sugar. Then you want to quickly turn your cake onto the dish towel. You want to take the parchment paper off. Now you want to go ahead and roll this into the jelly roll shape. Okay? The reason we do this is to train your cake while it's still warm, because if you do this, once it's cooled down, your cake will crack. And then with the seam side down, place it on a cooling rack. You can leave this at room temperature to cool down completely, or you could stick it in the refrigerator to cool down. Don't put it in the freezer because you don't want it to get too cold. So while our cake roll is cooling completely, we are going to make the filling for our pumpkin roll cake. Most pumpkin cakes taste amazing with cream cheese. However, the problem with cream cheese frosting is it's very soft, and you need your filling to have the right consistency so it doesn't all just squish out when you go to roll your cake. So I'm going to make a cream cheese buttercream, which should be a little bit stiffer than a traditional cream cheese frosting. And what you'll need for that is 4 ingredients. Powdered sugar, which you want to sift completely because you don't want any clumps. You will need some extract, either vanilla or maple, and we are going to need some butter and some cream cheese. I like to use the whisk attachment for this recipe. So you're going to cream your butter for approximately 4 to 5 minutes, just till it's light and fluffy. So after you have creamed your butter until it has lightened in color and it's fluffy, we are going to add our cream cheese. At this point, we're going to cream it for a couple minutes, just until it's fully incorporated, and then we're going to add our powdered sugar and our maple extract. Once the cream cheese is added, you don't want to overmix it because the more you mix it, the softer the filling becomes. Our cream cheese and our butter are now fully combined, and we are going to add our powdered sugar. I like to add approximately half of it, cream it up really fast, and then add the rest. And now go ahead and add your extract. That's good. Okay, so now it is time to fill our roll cake. This is completely room temperature. You do not want it warm at all because otherwise your filling will get gooey and squelch out. That's a word, squelch. So now we're going to carefully unroll our cake, trying not to crack it. Let's see what happens. Okay, whew, stressful. Now we're going to spread an even layer of our filling and then roll this thing back up. We're gonna wrap it in plastic wrap and stick it in the fridge for at least an hour before we slice it because we want to firm up our filling. And then you'll get a nice clean slice. Let's do it. Our roll cake has been fully chilled in the fridge for a few hours, and now we are ready to slice it and make it pretty. We can either just slice off the ends and dust it with powdered sugar, or you can slice it up and lay it out on a plate, however you would prefer. The pumpkin roll cake. Super easy, super fun, and not complicated at all if you just follow the right steps. I hope you have found this video very helpful. If you did, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and share, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notifications bell so you can see when we post our next video. Have a great day!
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.